have the question 1, which is first question for data pipeline section. So here you have a two parts. You have a text as a question and you have a diagrams as well as exhibit. So in exhibit from the exams pipeline 1, there are two activities. So you have a pipelines, data pipelines, and inside you have two activities which, and they are independent, so they are not connected. And you would like to know that when your pipeline runs, which activities executed or skipped or like that. So there are the 4 options for that, 6 options for that here. But before we see the option, let's go to do some further analysis. So you can see that I think yeah, this is so you can see earlier that you have a copy activity and you have a store procedure. However, store procedure is deactivated and copy activity is activated. And there is no any connection between both activities, so they are independent. So in Azure Data Factory pipelines, if your activity is not connected, then both activity can run at a time parallelly. But here, because your first activity, which is execute store procedure 1, is inactive. So if you have any activity which is not active in pipeline canvas, then those activity will not be run. They are like a disable activity, so it won't be run, it's skipped. So answer is pretty straightforward, but before we see that one, let's see in Fabric one. So this is my Fabric pipeline, and basically this is your exhibit. So this is one, hopefully you can see. So this you can get in your exam. So here you can, these activities disable, like you can like active and deactivate. So at the moment it's not activity, active. So you have to do it active, okay? So this one is disable, this symbol means, and this one is enable, already active. So you can deactivate it, but we don't want to do that. So in Data Factory pipeline, if your activity is active, then it will run, otherwise it will skip. So these are the two activity and there is no any connection between them. So if this one also active, then they both can run parallel. But here, because this is skipped, inactive, you can see here as well. So when I run this pipeline, you will see that this one is not active, so it won't run at all. This one is unable, so it will run. So if we want to see what is the output for our here, then you can see that we have a copy activity which is active, so it will run, and store procedure, execute store procedure 1 is inactive, so it won't run, it skip. So if you want to see the options, then this is the right option for that. That means only the copy KDI actually ran and execute pipelines was inactive, so it won't run. So it skips. So this is the correct options. It's D. Copy activity will run and execute stop procedure will be skipped. And these are the other incorrect options. So if you want to know the bonus question, so for example, let's see now that your execute stop procedure activity is not disabled. Like for example, it also active. So they both are active. And there is no any line between here. So if now I run this one, then you will see that both activity will run. However, this may be failed because there is a no stop procedure, but you will see, at least you will see fail status here in that case instead of inactive. Yeah, okay. I don't have a stop procedure or connection, so that's fine. Let make it deactivate in that case. But yeah, I think you get sense that if this has an, if it's active and it has a right through procedure, then they both will run. But if both are deactivate, so in this case, nothing is run. They both are skipped. So in this case, you can say it's a skipped by both activity. Like both activity will have like this kind of the stuff which is inactivate. So it's not running. Yep. Yeah, you can see that the both activity is inactive. So yeah, so now I think you get some ideas that why you have choose these options. So with that, see you in next question.